So let's rank all the flicks I watched that came out in the first half of 2021. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to as the Big D, with a new ranking. Today I'm going to rank all 22 flicks I got to see that came out in the first half of 2021. So, yes, you heard me correctly. I counted 22 of them. Two films are on this list that I didn't get a chance to review, but one of them I will make up for lost time and review it, which will be a spoiler-free review. But I'll get to that later. So, if you're ready, I'll just tell you. But there are some films I failed to get to see, which include The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. But I told you, when it comes to physical media, I will certainly check it out. And Tom and Jerry, which I failed to see, unfortunately. I had decided to stop it up and see that and failed. Sorry. So now, if you're ready, let's get this over with. Here we go. Coming in at number 22 is Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a reasonable flick, but it turns out I was wrong, dead wrong. This is the worst flick I've seen this year. I mean, it was way too mixed. Well, I appreciate having a little bit of colors and what have you, but it just couldn't get my attention much. Well, I do think Kristen Wiig and Annie Mamolo, who of course recently appeared in Bridesmaids, well, reunited, but this flick just didn't have enough power to pull me into, because some of this story was just too weird, and some of it was a little weird too, but I only liked a tiny bit of one scene, so that's why I never did a review of it. And I only gave it a 1.5 on Letterboxd, which meant on a scale of 1 to 10, it got a 2 from me. Yep. Enough said. Now, coming in at number 21 is Coming to America, number 2. Now, this was still okay in my view. It's not as good as its predecessor, though, after we had waited so long for this. Eddie Murphy still proved to be pretty darn funny. I mean, we got most of the same cast from the first movie, not all of them. We had Arsenio Hall back in this, so yeah, it's, well, a mixed bag, but it's still not as good as the first one. I just thought it was okay in my view. I did get some laughs out of it, but, well, just couldn't live up to the hype, though. Yeah, that's coming to number 2, America, for y'all. Now, coming in at number 20 is Thunder Force. Now, this film, I know got a lot of hate, and I understand. But overall, I liked it. It was pretty darn funny. I mean, Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer were an absolute comic team in this. When I found out that McCarthy was going to be a superheroine, I thought, this might be pretty fun. And, well, it was. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Because this and the next few movies on the list were movies I had given a 4.5-star rating to. So, Thunder Force, I decided to rank it low because I didn't want to try to cause controversy or what have you. I still liked it though, but it just could have used a little more of a spin polished touch. But still, it was a real good movie. But you don't have to take my word for it. You just, if you're not too happy with that, then don't bother with it. So, Thunder Force is definitely quite fun. Even if it's not one of Melissa McCarthy's best, though. Now, coming in at number 19 is Queen Bees. Now, I have mixed light at first, but soon when I went and saw, I thought it was a pretty good movie for the old gals. I mean, with a pretty good cast including Ellen Burstyn and James Caan and Margaret Jane Curry, Loretta Devine, and Christopher Lloyd. I'm saying this was just a pretty good movie. Yeah, I never thought, well, movie that focused on old gals and what have you was be so much fun, but it really was fun. I mean, I mean, this is kind of like Mean Girls, except with older girls and what have you, taking place in a retirement home. Duh. Yeah, Queen Bees, it's not too bad of a movie. It's still worth looking into. Now, coming in at number 18 is Army of the Dead. Now, this was just so good. I really enjoyed it. I just wish it could have been a little shorter. And why have you with a runtime of almost 2.5 hours? That's way too long. It should have gotten trimmed down a little bit. But I did enjoy a lot of the good action. Why have you? Zack Snyder did a pretty good job in directing this. So, anyway, and yeah, the cast isn't too bad. Your Dave Bautista, definitely great in the lead role. It's just a lot of fun, and especially once it takes place in Vegas. That's really something. It's awesome. It's Army of the Dead. I really do think it's a pretty fun movie. Just wish it could be a little more shorter. Could just trim down a few minutes. But overall, it's got some pretty good horror action and some pretty hysterical moments and what have you. Now, coming in at number 17 is Mortal Kombat. Now, this did pretty well. I mean, at least it was much better than the other two movies we got back in the 90s. And when it had an R rating, that proved to be intense. It had a whole lot of fun moments. And we still got those great characters like Sub-Zero and Scorpion. See, and Sonya. Yeah, all of those characters, a whole lot of them. I hope for the best they'll do a sequel, but I can't guarantee you that because I haven't read any news on one yet. But this was just a lot of fun. Well, I never played the games much, but I had some respect for the game. So Mortal Kombat is just so brutal and intense. Probably the best Mortal Kombat yet, but not the best video game movie of all time since we all know that Sonic the Hedgehog was pretty good, though. Okay, but enough said. Mortal Kombat's definitely a bloody good time, if you haven't seen it yet. Now, coming in at number 16 is Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway. Boy, didn't think we were actually going to get this, but we did. This was a very fun movie. A little bit of a hop up from its predecessor. I mean, we did get same characters, plus some new ones, which weren't too bad. We had Rose Byrne and Domhnall Gleeson back as B and the young McGregor, Thomas McGregor, that is. So anyway, yeah, it was so much fun. James Corden, once again, doing a fine, good job on the voice of Peter Rabbit. I thought it was just a whole lot of fun. I think this was just, but what can I say? Just one of those few furry friends of a family flick you could possibly enjoy. Speaking of furry friends, number 15 is Flora and Ulysses. Now, I watched this when it came out on Disney Plus, and let me tell you, this was just so much fun. I really thought this was good. Based on the book of the same name, about a little girl who rescues a squirrel whom she names Ulysses and is amazed to discover that he possesses unique superhero powers, which, wow, it takes him on a fun-filled adventure and what have you. I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, it's hard to explain, but anyway, yeah, we had Allison Hannigan in it. That was pretty cool, and Matilda Lawler playing Flora, definitely pretty good. Ben Schwartz, yeah, that was really cool. I think Flora and Ulysses is just a whole lot of fun to enjoy. I think if you've read the book or you haven't, this I still recommend. Really. Now, coming in at number 14 is To All the Boys, Always and Forever. Now, this, of course, was a Netflix movie, and of course, it was the final chapter of the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. I really enjoyed this. This was a little bit of a redemption over the last one, since I do like all three movies, but this one really was a great finale. Lana Condor once again shines as Laura Jean, and everyone else in it was very good. It's just incredible. It had a lot of great moments. Just hard to remember some stuff, but even so, I think this was a very good one. And well, I ranked this second on the honest ranking of all three movies, because the last one, P.S. I Still Love You, comes right behind it at third, and the first was, you guessed it, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I think it's just a lot of fun. If you've not seen this one, this is one you gotta check out. It's on Netflix. And speaking of Netflix, coming in at number 13 is Yes Day. This was an absolute fun blast of a family flick. Of course, based on the book of the same name. It had a pretty good cast with Jennifer Garner, Edgar Ramirez, Jenna Ortega. Yeah. Incredible. This had so many fun moments. Like driving through the car wash with the windows down, having a big Sunday in one of you. Oh, wow. Plus a lot of other things. Too many to name, but boy, was it a blast from start to finish. This is a very fun family movie, Yes Day. I really loved it. What can I say? It's always no for these kids, but for 24 hours, kids make the rules. And so they get themselves a Yes Day. That's really something. Yeah, it's a fun movie. Yes Day, that's definitely worth watching. Now, the next two, I'm probably going to get a little hate for having these outside the gates of the top 10. So coming in at number 12 is Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, I really did enjoy this one. This was a pretty good installment into the MonsterVerse. And while it had a few downsides, like some of the humor and what have you, but even so, it took a little longer than I could imagine for the battle of Godzilla vs. Kong. But nonetheless, this was still a very good movie. And, well, this probably wouldn't be the top flick of the MonsterVerse. I probably would rank Kong Skull Island, but I'll have to revisit that. I mean, well, I did enjoy Godzilla King of the Monsters, even though it wasn't well received, but it's okay. It's a fun movie and a great battle flick. I really did enjoy Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm glad it was the flick that really brought moviegoers back into the theaters, well, for a little while. Until we got the next movie, well, okay, maybe not the next movie, but we're ways from the one that really brought everybody back to the theaters. Now, coming in at number 11 for me is F9, The Fast Saga. Now, this was really a big success, bringing more people back in even after the last month. I know it's got mixed response in my view, and it is a shame it lost its standard fresh status on the tomato meter, it pains me to say. But even so, I had a blast with this, no matter what they said. I know it does have a few issues and what have you, but still, I had a lot of fun with F9. I mean, having Vin Diesel back on board, along with Michelle Rodriguez. Let's see. Jordana Brewster and Tyrese Gibson returns. Ludacris. Natalie Emmanuel. Yeah. Plus John Cena as Dom's brother. Yeah. Really something. It was really surprising they brought back the 90s Universal Studios logo too. The early 90s one when the studio celebrated its 75 years. That was really something. But anyway, F9, it's pretty awesome. With the planet getting the space bit, now that was really something too. Now someone told me they should have a crossover of this with Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. You know what I'd say to that? I'd say maybe it could happen. But let's just wait and see, because Universal still got 2 more flicks and possibly a Hobbs and Shaw sequel coming up. Well, at least I think. Okay, that about covers it. Now for the top 10. Number 10 is... Luca. Now, this is Disney and Pixar's newest film. I think something we would have loved to have had in the theaters, but, well, Pixar kind of was pretty upset about it, so they just put it on Disney Plus. But even so, we still got ourselves a pretty good, reasonable help of animation, and, well, we had good voice acting from Jacob Tremblay and Jack Dylan Grazer. Yeah. This was a pretty good movie, pretty colorful, and what a great atmosphere it had going over Italy. Yeah, this was pretty good, and this is one I think everybody should see. I thank everybody for watching my spoiler-free review. You may recall that was my most viewed video of last month, so thank you again for making that the most viewed video of mine for June. But anyway, Luca's definitely worth checking out. Now coming in at number 9 is A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, this was so good. I really enjoyed this as much as the first one. It just kind of ended in sort of a cliffhanger, sort of, but I'm sure we're going to get another one, but I know they're going to try to do like a prequel movie to this, so I probably look forward to seeing that. But this film was still pretty good. Emily Blunt was absolutely really good in this. Of course, I'll be seeing her brand new movie coming very soon, which will be Jungle Cruise. And, well, once again, young Millicent Simmons is definitely good. She definitely did an exceptionally good job in this. I was impressed. But anyway, and those weird alien creatures, wow, more dangerous than you can even imagine. But even so, I really did enjoy A Quiet Place Part 2. I think you might enjoy it too. I think it's now on physical media, but I know it's now playing on Paramount Plus. But you ought to check it out if you haven't, unless your theater's still showing, in which case, go for it. A Quiet Place Part 2. You won't be disappointed with it. Now, coming in at number 8 is Finding Gowanna. Now, this is a film I should have done earlier this year and never did get to watch it until just more recently. I just finished watching it earlier on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. I'll still try and make room to try and do a spoiler-free review of it to make up for lost time real soon. I don't know when. Maybe possibly September. We'll see. But for now, I really enjoyed it. The cast in this was pretty good, and, well, this was just kind of like seeing, well, something that was like a mix of Indiana Jones with a bit of the Goonies and Dora and the Lost Sea of Gold rolled into one. I thought it was so much fun. I had a lot of fun watching this. It just so amazing. But Finding One, definitely a very good movie. You haven't seen it yet? Check it out. Now, number 7 is Wish Dragon. Now, this is another film that came on Netflix not so long ago. This was a film that was done by Sony Pictures Animation, and what can I tell you? This was a lot of fun than I had anticipated. I really did enjoy the animation. The story was pretty good. It was kind of like Aladdin almost, except done in more of an Asian style. With a pretty good voice acting cast that includes Jimmy Wong, John Cho, and Constance Wu. I really will say that this was a lot of fun, and I'd say check this out if you already haven't. So again, this was kind of like Aladdin, except it was done elsewhere in China. Yeah, that's where it was. But boy, it was just a lot of fun. I think y'all enjoy it if you haven't already. Now, coming in at number 6 is Cruella. Now, this, of course, was so incredible. I mean, with it coming into theaters and on Disney Plus, this film was just so much fun. I really enjoyed Emma Stone's portrayal as the title character. This, of course, is a movie that serves as a precursor to 101 Dalmatians. And like I said, it was so much fun. I really liked the soundtrack to it, and what can I say? It was just so much fun to watch. I look forward to rewatching it again when it gets off the premiere access on Disney Plus later on. It will possibly I think it's supposed to be by the end of next month or early September. I'm just gotta stay tuned and find out. But like I said, Cruella was definitely a really good movie. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, it just had a lot of good moments and what have you, good music. Alright, enough said. Alright, now for the top 5, coming in at number 5 is Nobody. Boy, I didn't know what to think of this, but after seeing the previews of it, I thought this film was a real intense and violent, fun flick. With Bob Odenkirk, he did an amazing job in this. I mean, we also got good performances from Connie Nielsen and Christopher Lloyd and Alexei Bryakov. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing that. But this is incredible. About an average ordinary family man who intervenes to help a woman being harassed by a group of men and becomes the target of a vengeful drug lord. Boy, I gotta tell you, this was just so much fun. I'm hoping that they might do another movie of this after this, but, well, you never can tell. But anyway, Nobody, it was just so much fun. I mean, I really enjoyed it just as much as I liked seeing the John Wick movies. And, well, it was just a lot of bloody fighting fun. Enough said. Now coming in at number 4 is Raya and the Last Dragon. Now this is a film I really wish would have brought more moviegoers back into the theaters and failed to. It still did well. It got good reviews, including from yours truly. I have to say, it was definitely another film that will fit in perfectly with the Disney Princess flicks. And it's the 59th animated film produced by Disney. I really liked some of the fun action, what have you, Had a lot of fun moments. I really had a lot of fun watching this. I mean, now with the characters are all good and the animation is pretty good, so not much to tell you about that because I'm sure a lot of you have already seen the spoiler-free review I did of it earlier this year. And what can I say? It's another surefire winner for Disney. I really did enjoy it. Now, coming in at number 3 is A Cinderella Story, Starstruck. Now, although I just recently watched it not so long ago after it just came to physical media, but I'm still going to count since it came out on digital at the end of June, so I'm going to accept it. Now, which I've already reviewed this in the other Cinderella Story flicks, so we'll see where this movie winds up when I do the Cinderella Story ranking, because I've got to go and fix that up, and it'll come up later in the week. But this film was just so much fun that I could even imagine. Once again directed by Michelle Johnston, who previously helmed the previous 2 installments. This had a pretty good cast that included Bailey Madison, who did an exceptionally good job as Finley Tremaine, and the character of Huck, whom she disguises as to become a big star in the movie. Michael Evans Belling, who, of course, best known for his work on the CW's All-American, was good. I'm going to say it was pretty good. It was funny having Lillian Duchette Roche back as a stepsister after she was a stepsister in the last movie. But even so, I think this had a ton of fun. I really do love this movie, and I think you'll enjoy it just as much. If you haven't seen this yet, you got to check out Cinderella Story Starstruck. It's already done well. So far, I just checked. It's already gotten 17 views. Probably going to go up a little more since it's now dead even with the first and the second one. Wow, just so much. Alright, now for the final 2. Now coming in at number 2 is In the Heights. And now this is another film that I wish could have done better. I mean, this had gotten a lot of hype before it came out. Just wouldn't come out and check it. But anyway, I loved every bit of it. The music was good, the cast was good, the choreography was good, the atmosphere was good, etc., 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 etc. I'm going to say it was just so much fun. I absolutely did like John M. Chu's direction, and of course the music done by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who of course will be voicing the title character in Sony Pictures Animation's newest attempt, Vivo, which will be coming up on Netflix next month. Did pretty well too. And speaking of Sony Pictures Animation, coming in at number 1 is The Mitchells versus the Machines. Sorry, that picture expanded. That should have done real quicker before I showed you that picture. My apologies that my tablet did that. I'm sorry if that scared you. I humbly apologize. But anyway, this is easily probably one of the best Sony Pictures Animation flicks I have seen today. Well, next to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. With a great cast that includes Abby Jacobson, Danny McBride, and Maya Rudolph. Wow. Now, this is a film we were supposed to get last year as a film originally known as Connected. But anyway, this is just about a quirky, dysfunctional family and their road trip, and it's become upended when they find themselves in the middle of a robot apocalypse and become humanity's unlikeliest last hope. Wow, this was just so much fun. And it was just so crazy, and I don't know what to tell you. This film was just, just had a lot of craziness and what have you. I'd probably rank this as one of my top 5 favorite Sony Pictures Animation flicks. I gotta do that one day. Maybe once Vivo comes and then Hotel Transylvania Transformania. It could happen. We'll see. But anyway, this had just so much hystericalness. Now, of course, there's going to be a new film coming up this October that, if you like it, you may enjoy this one. And it'll be 20th Century Studios' newest attempt, Ron's Gone Wrong. I've already seen the trailer for it. It looks pretty funny and what have you. But in the meantime, you should check out The Mitchells vs. the Machines. You won't be disappointed with. Like I said, this is the best Sony Pictures animation feature to come since Spider-Man's The Spider-Verse. Enough said. So, that's it. So, what did you think of these movies that I saw? Are any of these your favorite movies that come out in the first half of this year? Tell me what's your favorite film from the first half of the year of 2021. Tell me in the comment section below. And if you like this, click the like button below. Subscribe to my channel and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you my ranking of all the films in a Cinderella story. Thanks for watching. If you like this, you may want to check out some of these videos. If you like, check out my review of the movie I was just talking about, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, in the upper left-hand corner. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review of A Cinderella Story Starstruck. Or, if you want another ranking, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my ranking of all the Roger Moore James Bond flicks, which the summer of 007 will continue on August 3rd. Thought I'd give you a heads up on that. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.